There is so much more to this world than most of us are even remotely aware of. And it's all hidden through the use of language and the meaning that we, as individuals, you're going to enjoy this, the way that we put meaning into things and behind things. Mm-hmm. For instance, I. Who am I? Right? The existential philosophical question of the year, of the lifetime. Who am I? Well, I is just an abbreviation. It's an abbreviation for individual. And individual we know as a single person, right? A single human being. Let me break this down real quick. There's two terms, terms that we use regularly that I just used, that I don't care who they are. I don't know who they are. I just know that somewhere along the lines there were people who made changes, and those are the they. Okay? So, at any rate, individual. Look up the etymology of that word. I mean, just on the screen, there it is. Look at the word. Individual. Not dividable. Okay? Look it up. In Latin, the original meaning is not dividable or indivisible. In other words, we are one for infinity. Indivisible. God is always there. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And you have all the powers of God once you understand and realize this. Not as in turning water into wine or something like that. That's magic tricks, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about inside of yourself. God's power only works inside of yourself. You can't utilize God's power against other people. It won't work right. That's devilish. That's satanic. That's against the rules. So it won't fly. But when you, somewhere around the 15th or 16th, maybe 17th century, I don't know, somewhere in those few hundred years, the meaning of that word got changed into representing each individual person, each person as their own self, or whatever you want to call it. But that's when the ego got involved, because I is all ego. Your ego is always going to be part of you. People talk about an ego death, getting rid of the ego, killing the ego. Now, an egoic death is not getting rid of the ego. Okay? And being born again is not accepting Jesus Christ into your heart and being baptized. Alright? It's all Western civilization bull crap. A bill of goods that they sell to keep everybody on the wrong track. Just like changing the original Sabbath to Sunday. It's all a hooey. Okay? Faith is real. Salvation is real. God is real. And God resides in every one of us and in everything that we interact with all the time. He's always there. You can't get rid of God. All you atheists out there, He lives inside of you too. One day you might wake up and realize it, but at any rate, individuals. So they use that against the populace to keep us off the right track, so that we don't understand that we do hold all that power. And we can wield it when we do it properly. Okay? It's a frame of mind. It's an understanding of yourself. It's going within. Yeah. The esoteric Eastern civilizations that, Buddha and Krishna and all these folks, they have an understanding of how the soul, God, the ego, how all of that works. Okay? And you could call it hooey, that's fine. I don't care if anybody thinks I'm crazy or not. I know the truth. So, have fun. Another one though, which by the way, again, I is just short for individual, and it created the ego. Okay? The other one that I mentioned is human being. None of us are individual human beings. We are all indivisible being human. They flipped it upside down and backwards. Just like this tattoo implies, okay? War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. It's backwards. Everything is upside down. It's upside down world, right? Or what they call it in Stranger Things. That's where we're at. Yeah. So, well, that's where a lot of the world is. I'm not there anymore. Okay, that's the whole thing. It's like, once you want to understand, once you want to figure it out, you will. In your own time, in God's time. Because everybody's ego is up to something. And if you have reins over the ego, you're driving. Oh, by the way, Drive. That song, Drive, read the lyrics. Because ego death is when you connect with God inside and realize that we're all one. We're all connected. We're all part of the same. We're all part of the Big Bang. It's still banging, baby. It never stopped. What, it went and that was it? No. No. This is still the Big Bang. Boo! Here we are. It's not really that hard to understand. It's really simple. It's not easy, but it's really simple. And I think the fact that most people have been steered a certain way for so long, and they're so afraid of what others might think of them. That's ego, baby. Oh my gosh, what are they going to think? Who cares? What do you think? Because that's all that really matters. Do you think? Or do you just are you letting somebody else drive the car? Jesus take the wheel, huh? All that is you getting in there and you knocking that sucker around a little bit, telling it to sit down, shut up, and enjoy the ride. I'm driving now. Well, that's a dangerous loop there. But you know what I mean. No longer am I going to let life drag me along. No. Because that's not what life is about. We're supposed to have fun. We're supposed to dance. We're supposed to get muddy. Play in the rain. Unless it's lightning outside, for goodness sakes. That'll be more than ego death right there. But anyhow, it really is that simple. And it's so sad. I'm not on here to get everybody to jump on the bandwagon I'm on. It's just, can't you see? It really is obvious. It wasn't to me at one time, but I mean, maybe this will open some eyes. Through the use of language, they've been casting spells. They know. Whoever they are, whatever they are, wherever they are, they know, and they utilize to keep themselves above everybody else, and then they keep everybody else in the dark by using this language that really, if you read it in a mirror, it might make things clearer. But anyway, 10-minute video. See if anybody gets a kick out of it. I did. Y'all have a good one.